It's time to look out for those pinhead-sized pests now that the weather has started to warm up.
Yeah, we are talking about ticks. Everybody hates ticks, right? Okay. Well, more than 1,000 Virginians, as far as we know, were bitten by ticks in 2017, according to the Center for Disease Control. They got me a couple times last summer. But veterinarians say the problem is even worse for our four-legged friends. 10 News reporter Taj Simmons tells us why ticks are so dangerous for both people and pets.
John Lynn's dog, Reggie, knows how to make a loud introduction.
It's really nice to be able to get him out where he can run, and it wears him out a lot faster to hang out with the other dogs.
But Reggie is at risk for a small, silent predator outside, ticks.
It's easy to potentially get bit by one and not even know it. They're in places where even sometimes we miss it.
Veterinarian Thomas Blazek says Roanoke's tick problem is a serious threat to pets this year.
We run tick tests, which are blood tests, to see if dogs have been exposed to tick-borne diseases. And I can tell you every day there's a positive test.
And the warmer it gets, the worse it will be.
People are outside more, the ticks are breeding more, you're seeing them hatch, they're finding animals, they're finding people.
Blazak stresses how important anti-tick medication is to every pet owner he sees.
Unfortunately, ticks carry a lot of dangerous diseases that affect both people and dogs.
Well-tired dog.
Lynn says Reggie has been on anti-tick medication since he caught fleas a few years ago. He says he will not take any chances with the tiny terrors against his big dog.
He can't tell me necessarily when he's having problems. So I have to notice when he's limping or something, because he's not going to come say anything.
In Roanoke, Taj Simmons, 10 News, working for you.